you, and I forgot to play my other bumper. So you too can do podcasting. You too can do live streams. So I'm really happy to be here today with you on another Savvy Sales Lady live podcast and live stream. And I just, love helping salespeople. That's my passion, is helping salespeople to succeed and grow in their business. And it's all about learning, isn't it? Isn't it? When, as salespeople, when you've decided that you have learned it all, that there isn't anything new that you could possibly find to emulate or to grow to the next level, that's when you start sliding down that slippery slope of not growing, getting stuck in the mud, becoming, calling me and saying, I'm stuck and I can't move forward. It's because you stop learning and growing. And we have a comment. Okay. Thank you, Kirsten. Yes. Good afternoon to you too, Kirsten. Thank you. A loyal follower, Kirsten. She's always with me, and I appreciate that. Appreciate you, Kirsten. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about unleashing the power of words. Why? Because words matter. I have talked about this many, many times. I've written articles about it. I've done training videos about it that you can find on my YouTube channel. But there are a few more words that I'd like to talk about that I haven't in the past. As you may or may not know, I have been coaching a team of 4 team members for the Televerde Foundation. And the Televerde Foundation is part of the Televerde Corporation, and they go into women's prisons and teach women skills, sales being one of the skills. And they actually have call centers in the prisons that these women learn how to cold call, learn how to do inbound calling and setting up appointments, the whole sales process. They do it successfully for Fortune 500 companies. Now, of course, the Fortune 500 companies know that the call center is embedded in these prisons. But it's such a beautiful thing. I mean, I've been to the call centers in the prisons here in Indiana, and these women amaze me. They amaze me. So one of the things that we talked about in one of the coaching sessions that I did with them is the words that they use. Because whether you're cold calling or whether you're just sitting down and having a sales conversation with a prospect or even a client, the words you do have an impact. Let me take a drink. Sorry about that. I have this little tickle in my throat. But when I am coaching, whether it's listening to phone conversations that have occurred or role playing, I'm listening as a prospect. And I hear the words that are said that can be triggering. Now, I don't mean triggering in a bad way, but I mean triggering in the fact that the prospect automatically just, hold on here, Nellie. So that's what I want to talk to you about today, are some of those words. And this is just another way to take your sales game to the next level. And I call them power words. That's what I call them. Every word you use has the potential to captivate and persuade your prospect. Isn't that what you really want to do? But it's not just about what you say or how you say it. The tone, the rhythm, the pace, and the confidence behind your words can make all the difference in the world. So let me say that again. Tone and pace and confidence can make all the difference in the world when you're cold calling. So, how do you unlock the persuasion of sales? How do you do this? Well, the first thing you have to do is, of course, understand your prospect. What do they want? What are their pain points? And once you uncover those pain points, you can then tailor your words to address them directly. So let's talk about the word you, YOU. And let me put that up there. Hold on here. There's just me here. So did it go? No. There. You. So, okay. Selling is about the buyer. It's not about your product, your company, your quota, or your competitors. It has nothing to do with that. It's all about the buyer. So, because of that, you'll want to tailor and build your sales pitch around the idea that your prospect is the protagonist in their own story. So, always put them in as you will experience this or you will experience that. So put them into the story of your sales pitch. Make it about them, not about you. Now, the next thing that people love to hear is, hold on. Their name. People love to hear their name. And why is that? Because in this world, rarely do we address people by their name. And don't you find yourself loving it when someone uses your name? You know, when I text people, I have a tendency to text their first name first, and then I text my message. I can't tell you how many people have said, you don't need to use my first name. Well, I use their name because we all love hearing our first name, right? When you cold call, this is such an essential component of the cold call to say hello, Jim, or hello, Jane, or um, hello, Sam. Using people's name automatically gets them to listen. So, using a prospect's name is something that you'll want to do and continue to do. Okay. And then the next one is value. That's a word that people love hearing. People care. Now get this. Customers care more about the value that your product and services solve, and that will help their business more than any kind of discount you can offer. Yeah, let me say that again. Customers care more about the value your product and service brings to their business than any kind of discount you can offer. So emphasize the word value when you're speaking to a customer or client. Now, the next one I'm not going to spell out. Well, shoot, maybe I will. It is my favorite word, easy. Easy. So buyers hate that friction between going from one vendor to another vendor. That's why so often they just stay in the status quo because they think the implementation is just going to be too disruptive to their department or to their business. Buyers hate friction. So make it easy for them. Emphasize how it can be easy for them. Okay. According to a 2019 Futurum, Futurum report that looked at the B2B digital buyer's journey, there are 7 main pain points that buyers experience during the sales process: poor purchasing decisions, implementation friction, I just said that, disorganization, uncertainty, inflexibility, vendor lag, and renewal friction. Those are what businesses and buyers are trying to avoid. And those are 7 big pain points that buyers experience during the sales process. So how can you make it easy for them? I always say that the implementation is simple and easy. People want to deal with simple. Make it simple for them. Make it easy for them to buy. And don't forget, you have to tell the buyer your process. They don't know your process. So you have to tell them that it's easy and simple and give them the easy and simple steps to buy. All right. Now, this is next word is a word that a lot of realtors use, and it is imagine. This word has magic in it. It levers the power of something called mirror neurons. And that's a term used to describe how feelings can be transferred to a person without experiencing them firsthand. Let me give you an example. When a realtor is showing a home, oftentimes, especially if it's an open house, they'll have something cooking on the stove to make the house smell really good, like home baked muffins, or just give it that smell of a homey feeling, right? And then they'll take the wife, especially if they have children, take them to the picture window in the back of the house where the yard is, and they'll say, imagine your children playing out in this yard, or imagine having everyone over for Thanksgiving dinner and gathered around the island in the kitchen here. So they're transferring that person into a scene in their mind without experiencing it firsthand. And of course, you know what your subconscious does. It doesn't know the difference between reality and a story. So when you're transporting that person into their subconscious to imagine this, all of a sudden it becomes very real to them. So using the word imagine does lever power in the mirror neurons in the brain to actually help that person to visualize themselves in that situation. Imagine is a very powerful word. Now, here is another word. You guys are going to think I'm nuts about this one, but it's true. And that is and. Yeah, the word and, A-N-D. This word is critical for keeping the conversation moving forward. So when you're in a conversation and you're talking about maybe solutions for the buyer's needs and you use and, it will help elevate that conversation where you can add a benefit that will help with the buyer. Okay. So it moves the conversation forward, and it also comes with the added benefit of helping you avoid dropping but into the conversation, which has negative connotation. Yeah, the word B-U-T. Whoops. But you've had those conversations, right? Where it's moving along fine, but then someone drops a but on you. But it's such a negative word. I would avoid it at all costs. Instead, if you can reframe that thought and add an and, it changes it, it flips it from a negative to a positive. So keep that tip in mind. Here is another powerful word that I'm going to add, and I should have added all of these on the screen before I did this, but honestly, I didn't think about it. Now, I actually overuse this word. I overuse this word so many times when I'm coaching and training, but it's a powerful word for creating a sense of urgency without turning up that old pressure cooker. And it's an action driven word. Now, right now, now we can move forward based on blah, blah, blah. It's a powerful word for creating a sense of urgency. So let me go back through this again. You, the prospect's name, value, easy, imagine, and the last word is now. So you need to paint a vivid picture for your prospects. Describe the benefits and the outcomes they'll experience when they choose your product or service. So using this kind of language to create a sensory experience in their minds will have lasting effects. So let's go over the words you shouldn't use. And here is one I see all the time: discount. This is not a word that you really want to use. And everyone wants a deal. We all know that. We all want a deal, but the word discount sounds like a closeout sale. It sounds cheap and desperate. So eliminate the word discount. The other phrase that I want you to eliminate is this one: we provide. So when you say we provide, the prospect is thinking, oh no, here comes the sales pitch. Research shows that using this phrase can drop close rates by 22%. Ouch, 22%. So eliminate we provide. Okay. The whole key to this is to put the buyer at the center of the story, and you are helping them to imagine how your products and solutions are going to solve their problems and make their life easy and simple. So I really want to encourage you to think about these words, to use these words, and just think about how you can mold these words into your sales conversations. I mean, seriously, they're all very good words. And eliminate, discount, and we provide. Those are words you don't want to say. Oh, there is one more that I want to address. And I hear this a lot, the word contract. Instead of using contract, let me write that out. Contract is not a word you want to use because a lot of buyers think of contract as legal. It's a legal thing. So they want to avoid those legal entanglements. Instead, use an agreement. And that's really what it is. It's an agreement. You're agreeing on providing these products and services if the buyer agrees to pay for them. So agreement is a softer way, a more positive way to enter into a business deal and a business relationship with salespeople. So I want to encourage you all to try these this week when you're out and about selling. And remember, sales is a journey, not a quick trip around the block. I'll see you next Tuesday on the Savvy Sales Lady Live. Bye-bye.